going into my third season, I was trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do? And then one day, Tony Romo, he had like a fresh set of irons just sitting in his locker. And then I went up to him like, yo, like, we should play golf sometime. Mind you, I haven't played in a while. I didn't know how good Tony was. Obviously, we know Tony's a really good golfer. And like, he looked at me and was like, bro, I never play with you. Like, you don't play. And that was just the motivation I needed. Like, just the way he kind of said it. You know how we are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're competitive. Like, what? Like you ain't gonna play with me. And then, dude, as soon as that happened, I went on Nike Elite, bro, ordered me some clubs, started getting lessons, and that was it. That was 2016. I was 26, and so now I'm 33. So.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the world-famous Par 3 podcast. I am one of your hosts, Stephen Malbon. We've got my man, J.R. Smith. Ben Baller is on the golf course, and today we have a wonderful guest, the one and only Brice Butler.
What's happening?
Welcome to the first tee.
I'm finally on the first tee with my dogs. I'm excited to be here. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, dog. What's going on, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. Literally just got back from a week-long trip to Europe golfing, man. Went to the Omega Masters out in Switzerland. And then I finished the week in London playing some golf and kicking it with my people. So it was a crazy trip, but it was good. But we back, trying to get back on the Pacific Standard Time Zone.
Bro, you are always on the move, bro. Every time I look up on the ground or something, man, you somewhere playing and doing something, man. How did you get into the game?
So it's like a double answer. I started playing as a kid. My dad liked to play. Wasn't really good, but he liked to play. So he would bring me out to play with him. And then when I got into high school, my next door neighbor have you ever heard of the Atlanta Athletic Club in Atlanta? I think they've had a PGA championship there.
Yes, sir.
My neighbor had a membership there. So in the summers, we would go over there and just run around the Par 3 course, getting in trouble, just hitting shots and doing that. And I enjoyed the game. Went to college. You know, obviously the clubs I was using was my pop's clubs. So I never played. I played one time in Orange County. And then I got to the league, and I was trying to be like Swish in the off seasons playing basketball. And then one day, one of my boys like twisted his ankle up bad, and they like got rid of him. And I was like, you know what? Not trying to do this anymore.
It's been a long day. Time for a long drink.
The finished drink.
Proud sponsor of the Par 3 podcast, Long Drink.
Get yours at longdrink.com.
Cheers.
So going into my third season, I was trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do? And then one day, Tony Romo, he had like a fresh set of irons just sitting in his locker. And then I went up to him like, yo, like, we should play golf sometime. Mind you, I haven't played in a while. I didn't know how good Tony was. Obviously, we know Tony's a really good golfer. And like, he looked at me and was like, bro, I never play with you. Like, you don't play. And that was just the motivation I needed. Like, just the way he kind of said it. You know how we are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're competitive. Like, what? Like you ain't gonna play with me. And then, dude, as soon as that happened, I went on Nike Elite, bro, ordered me some clubs, started getting lessons, and that was it. That was 2016. I was 26, and so now I'm 33. So that's the long-winded answer.
It's funny because I kind of wanted to start the show off like that, but I wanted to switch it up and let Steve bring it in because I know the long-winded answers, it comes from a very, very long round of golf with you, brother, because I want you to know you are the slowest person that I've played with. That's a professional athlete. You are the slowest golfer I've played with as a professional athlete.
Hey, you know what?
We put you on the clock.
I gotta accept that now, cause you know everybody say that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody say that. Like when my boy, when I be talking to my boys, they be like, "Bro, you take forever." I'm be like, "Bro, but you see what I'm doing? I got the camera, I got the mic, I got all this stuff. I'm by myself. Like I'm a one-man army. Like what y'all think I'm supposed to go fast? Now when now you can say this when I line up when I line up and address, it's about 15 seconds. But, it probably take me a minute to get out the cart. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to make sure my camera on point. So I'll give you that. I ain't even going to argue with that.
Do you play quick if you're not filming? For real?
Oh, if I'm not filming, I'm moving. I can move.
JR might not believe that.
I don't think
But
so.
every time I play with Swish, we've been on camera though. Yep.
He's recollecting over there.
Yeah. I mean,
I got
Florida, Turnberry. Hold on. Turnberry and Bandon. Every round was on camera. We have not played other than that.
Okay.
And it.
In the same group, yes, you're right.
Yes, you're correct.
Correct.
How long that round taking Bandon when you two played together?
I mean, probably like a 4.5.
I don't know if we finished.
Here you go. Here you go. And it's on camera that we finished. Here you go.
No, but the thing about Bandon though, like for one, it was a hike, boy. We was out there,
Up and down.
And that wind was blowing, man. Once you it's a long day out there, Joe.
And the dudes that sit on like every other hole or whatever, they be talking reckless. You remember when he was like, "You need to play faster," and we were like, "We right behind the group." He was like, "Play faster." I was like, "Nigga, if you don't, boy." Man, you ain't my pops, man. I got 2 kids myself. Don't be talking to me crazy. You feel me? Like your boy Schroeder said to his coach. Hey, I'm a grown man. Hey, I'm a grown man. Don't be, hey. Hey.
I'm a grown ass man, dog.
Hey. Hey. That's all I got to say. Hey.
What's your index? What you been playing to?
So this summer, it's gotten a little worse. So y'all don't know this, but in the summers, I leave Arizona because it's too hot. So I went to Atlanta. My family, we went to Atlanta, stayed there for a month, and then we went to Texas for a month. And I played a decent amount of golf. I played with Jody Meeks a couple times down there in Atlanta. We went to high school together. And then when I got to Dallas, bro, it was hot. Like, it was worse than Arizona, bro. Like I was shocked. I was like, what? And so I really didn't practice because I was like, I'm not finna do this. Like, I'm not finna be outside. Like, I'm not in college right now. I don't got to do this right now. I'm just on camera. You feel me? Like, when I golf, I'm just on camera. So I don't have to be good every time I'm on, even though competitively I want to be. So when I got to Dallas, I did not practice. Like, I wasn't really hitting balls. I was just going to play every once in a while with my uncle, who I stayed with. So it dropped. It got a little worse. So right now I'm sitting at a 6.9.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at a 5.9 at the beginning of the summer. So
okay.
With me, I tell people all the time, the summer is the worst kind of golf you're going to get from me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really practicing. It's hot where I'm at. And then once the fall, the winter come around, that's when I'm outside more. That's when I'm getting it in. So I'm trying to get it to a 4 if I can by my birthday, which is in January. So I just gotta log in some nice scores.
I feel that, man. My goal was to get it to a 0 by my birthday. I was at 3.5. Now I was at a 4. Now I'm at a 3.5 at my birthday in 2 days. So that ain't gonna happen.
How are you turning? 38?
Yeah, I'll be 38. 38 special, baby.
Hey, happy birthday, man. 19 2 times, 0.38 special.
So I'm going 2 over. You know?
I got a question for you, because maybe you can help me. So to get from, the 6-7 range where I'm at to a 3 to 4, what would you say that is? Because like when you're at a 6 or 7, like you can hit the ball, you can hit your shots, you can put together a good round. But what needs to be more consistent, you think, to get down to that 3.5, 2, 4 range? To
get lower, it's hitting fairways and getting out of bunkers. But for like your range, I would probably say hitting greens.
Steve, what you think?
You got to stop making doubles, for one. So whatever that is, like if you spray a drive here or there, there's a double. And then you don't get up and down, so I think it's it's basically just stop making doubles, because I know you make a lot of pars. I played with you, right? You can make birdies, you can make pars, just make your doubles turn into bogeys. That's a good start. Because like
Right.
for me, I have 3-4 doubles every single time I play. I'm fighting.
Right.
I'm 6-8 over just from 4 holes, and then I got to make birdies to get back. So like I'm in the same boat, trying to go from 5 to scratch or +2 or something. It's not based off of like our ball striking. It's not based off of any of that. It's hard to come back when you make 2 doubles aside.
Right.
You're already at 8 over and you're trying to get under 6. So what are you going to make? 5 birdies and shoot 3 over? You know, it's tough work. I think I heard Tiger say once that like to shoot 67, you got to make his rule was like no doubles, birdie all the par 5s, and don't 3-putt. And if you do those 3 things, you got a pretty good chance of breaking par.
Right. I hear that. I agree. I think that's where I'm at, Steve. Like, I'll have 2 or 3 sprays. Like, I could start off like 1 or 2 under the first 5, and as soon as I like say, "Oh, okay," it's like next hole is a double, or it might be a triple, and then depending on where I'm playing, and you know, in Arizona it's Bermuda grass, right? So if I go play right now, for the most part, it's gonna be slow, grainy greens. But then if I come up there by you, or if I go to the Northeast and play, it's quick bent. You know what I mean? Like sharp bent grass. So just dealing with the putting sometimes. I have a lot of 3-putts. I wish your boy was on because I want to call cap on him. Like he be talking about he don't be 3-putting. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Like, I wanted to call cap on him because he talks about it so much and he talks with so much confidence. And I'm like, bro, you are definitely from the music industry because you are lying. You 3-putt, my guy. You 3-putt.
Oh, man. Especially when you play Riviera.
Yeah, like he be talking about all these not court. I'm like, bro, you 3-putting every once in a while. Ain't no way your proximity within 10 to 15 feet. But yeah, that's me.
You know what it is though? I had the same coach. So in his defense, he doesn't hit that many greens. So he's chipping it up and then 2-putting for bogey. That makes sense? So at least that is, I'll give you at least a little bit of the logic that like, if you never hit a green and you're chipping, you're going to get it close enough where you can 2-putt. If you're hitting 4 irons in, you might have a long ass putt, you 3-putt. So I think that's the just to help a little with that situation is that if you if you chip it 8 foot, you can 2-putt, right?
I was hoping Ben was on this today, man. I wanted to get at him. I wanted to get after B, man.
Let me ask you a question. What's your goals with golf? Because I see you doing a lot of stuff with doing your shows and channels and stuff. Like, where you want to, like, where you see yourself in cementing, you know, what your legacy could be in golf?
I decided to just buy a camera and just go the YouTube route, right? And then as I've done that, it's developed into, you know, wanting to do Q&As on the golf course, you know, getting guys like Steve, getting guys like you, Jay, you know, and Ben, if he ever gets on, and interviewing them while we're on the course.
How's the traction on the YouTube? Is the subscribers are going up?
It's good. I revamped, though. So I was doing it all by myself at first, you know, and I did one with Jay. It went crazy. I've done a few that went crazy. I got up to like 30,000 subscribers. And then I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this by myself. Like, I would rather have, like how y'all got, you know, I would rather have 2 of my homies with me and doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So if one day I may not have it, Steve, you might have it today, or Ben might have it today. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I started a new group that's on my channel right now. And if you go to my page, which is Brice Butler or whatever, you'll see like the last 8 videos has just been us. So I got my boy Silly and I got my boy Cameron. And we just out there acting a fool on the golf course. And the plan
Who's
with
filming?
That,
you got
right
all
now
3 of you film?
Right, yeah. Right now it's just us.
So how long's that round take? 3 people filming and golfing.
It's actually quick. That's a great question. It's actually better because it's not just me. It's not like I have to just do everything, right? So everybody has their own camera. We got the GoPros and the carts. Yeah. So it's much easier on me on a lot of different ways. So the plan with that is like obviously start a group. You know, it's 3 black dudes. Jay, you know, there ain't no black dudes doing it really in the YouTube space.
No, facts.
So we figure we can hit that market there. And then with me individually, I'm still going to have my interviews that I'll post on the channel as well. So I just did this crazy interview with one of the beginning guys at Coinbase, and it's gonna go up soon. So the goal is to just continue to do that, and maybe I have a job with Sports Illustrated or somebody, and kind of do that and continue to be able to do what I'm doing on the side here. And I angel invest. I do real estate as well. So I got stuff going. But as far as like the fun stuff this is what it is for me.
It's a smooth way to get your lady to get you out the house to do what you
Yeah,
want to do. I'm
hey,
telling
let me
you.
get about the house about
Let me
five,
get
six
about
hours.
your way,
It's
baby. I got you.
cool. The house is messy. I'll get out the.
Let me get up out your way real quick. I got you. And guess what? I'm gonna bring a check home with it too.
I
So
100%.
What about when you're going to the golf courses? Is it difficult to get some? I mean, obviously, some courses are impossible, but like with us, we shoot a lot of content, and one of the hardest parts of my job is just getting permission to shoot on golf courses that don't look
Right.
like goat pastures. It's like
Right.
picking models and designing is one thing, but it's tough for us to get on courses. What's your secret?
Yeah, man. I've been good. I've been blessed to be able to film on some really nice courses. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's how you talk to the people when you tell them you're coming to film. Like y'all was laughing at earlier, it's just me or it's just my other two guys. Typically, when you have like a production team, they might not like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, they'll never tell you can't use your camera. They'll never tell you can't film, right? They just sometimes they get a little iffy because there's been times where I got no's, right? Like you'll tell them, hey, like we're gonna come shoot some content or whatever, and they're like, hold on, what does that mean? And then when we get there, like they've already said no, but when we get there, they're like, oh, like you just got the camera, like oh, we would have cleared that, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, well, you still got a chance to clear it before we go out here to T box number one. You know what I mean? But
Me, I bring Nico with me. He puts his cameras in the golf bag, book a
100%.
foursome. We did it in Spyglass. It's like just tee off and don't let them see it and keep going.
Yeah, that's mainly part of the secret, bro. Just go do it. If they come tell you got to get off, you just respect what they have to say. You know what I mean? But go do it, bro. Like I'm not
apologize later. Apologize later.
We're all changing the landscape. We're all a piece and a part of changing the landscape of what golf looks like. Obviously, Steve, I met you plenty of years ago now, but you were kind of like the first guy that it was like, dang, like this don't really look like how I thought golf was. You know what I mean? Like the vibe, the culture, the community around the game. So that's the way that's the way I look at it. I'm not asking permission. I'll say sorry later.
Exactly.
If I need to. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, bro, they don't care. It's a new age now, man. They know the content game is what moves the needle now. It's not no offense at these golf magazines, but that's not really the move for our age group and younger. You know what I'm saying? It's I know Steve, you about 50, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like in the 30s and younger, a lot of people are still digesting. They're digesting now like the digital media as opposed to opening up a magazine and looking at ads that way. But the secret, I didn't tell you the secret. The secret is just I just use my friends, man. I use my network. Like, hey, if we come up here and go here, like, do you think, we can get on and film? Bam. And most of the times it's a yes.
It's like, just keep that shit low until we get on the fairway of the first
hole. On hole one. Matter of fact,
they go crazy.
Matter of fact, on hole one, I ain't even bringing it out. We bringing it out on hole two.
Exactly.
When we get away from the clubhouse.
That's
hey, what happened?
favorite.
I got a question.
You can't smell it after you get off the.
Nah, you gone. Hey, you gone. Your shirt tucked in. You Gucci. We Gucci.
Hey, what happened with when you had Q on the show? What happened with the money? Y'all gambled or something?
When I had Q on the show, I whooped him.
What happened?
When I had Q on my show, I whooped him.
How much?
We didn't pay for money on the show, but I whooped him. And then I went to Calabasas and he got me 4,000. So Q, I know you. Q, I know how you are, Q. When you go dark, you in like CD mode, LP mode, EP mode, whatever mode. But I've been seeing your ads. It's done. I need that rematch. I didn't appreciate having to give you 1,000 bones when you was driving the Wraith. I did not appreciate that. I felt like I needed more of the money. He got me that day. We was at Calabasas.
Appreciate giving 1,000. He was driving the race.
And I had to, and he was following me to the Bank of America too. I was like, dang, it ain't on my bag. And I'm like, he in the Wraith. I'm in the rental. I'm in a Camry. Man, this dude tripping.
I can't Venmo you, dog.
Yeah, right? That's what he said. I don't got Venmo, man. I don't got Venmo. I'm like, nigga, you got Venmo.
You know somebody
You got
got
something.
cash out.
You got something.
He followed you to the bank.
Yeah. And he was wearing a sombrero hat. Man, I was high. He was looking trash, and he beat me, too. My game was bad at that point.
What's the best part of your game right now?
The best part of my game right now, I would say, is my iron play. I've really been grinding on my irons this summer when I've been seeing my coach, when I've been coming back to Arizona and seeing my guy Andrew. Really been grinding, like, basically broke it all the way down to my footwork, how far I'm standing away from the ball. Because, I got long arms. I got long limbs. I was standing real close to the ball, so, like, I was always kind of sucking across it. Right now, it's feeling really good, dog. I'm hitting the ball really flush, finding the center of the face. Now, and before that, I had my driver working. Now I'm kind of with, obviously the driver is longer than the irons or whatever. So just trying to find that middle ground with, all my new stuff going. But other than that, my game's been good. I don't practice putting in the summer, so I can putt 28 putts in a round or putt 38. It is what it is. Like, obviously I'm working on something, and what that is my swing. So if I'm out there playing with y'all right now, basically what I want to take away from it is like, okay, the ball striking is there. You know what I mean? I'm not really worried about everything else. Obviously, if we're playing for money or something, I don't want to lose it. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna come away from it like hey man, I was striking at the end of the day. Like, we still moving in a positive direction. I just gotta wait for this weather to die down, so I can put these joints in for about 5-8 feet. You hear me?
Hey, yo, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But Jay, man, let me ask you a question, man. What's up? What's going on with how's school going, man? How's the competition base?
Man,
How's everything going,
back.
man?
It's slow right now, man.
I asked because I see you got the printer in the background. You was making sure you had paper in the print, so I know you at study hall. You know what I'm saying? I know you're getting it in.
You know what? I got these two classes: an environmental studies class, liberal arts class, and it's like pretty much like art history, but Black art history. You know what I'm saying? And giving me a lot of perspective and rejuvenating me back into like the book side of it, but from the athlete side of it, man, we got 8 dudes now. Before we had like 5. So now the competition is there, and they and then we got 3 juniors that transferred in, and they hungry, and they got experience. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we got a new coach, so he coming in with a lot of experience with the PGA in Frisco. Had some success there, but now he in a spot to where he's saying he want to make A&T, a powerhouse school. So the people who going to be coming in, everybody going to be able to play. So it's either you got to get better or get out the way.
And how do y'all do it when y'all go into tournaments? Is it like a starting 5 kind of like that get to play, or does all 8 or 9 get to play?
So some schools do like an A team and a B team, just so everybody get experience or tournament experience. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's qualifiers. So you have in the previous 2 years, they did it where you have qualifiers where you have 5 spots. So if you got 7. Say you have 7 people, 5 people qualify, and then they go in order in a row. And then depending on how you finished in that tournament, it depends on where your seed is. The first 2 normally get a locked spot for the next tournament, but in the bottom 3 have to requalify and everything else. Last year it was like so up and down. Everybody was like literally this person was playing really good, and then the next tournament he was at the bottom, and the next two was, you know what I mean? So
Right.
it's a dog fight, man. It's
I
a
feel
dog
that.
fight, and then it ain't like you play with your boys, and it's way more freelance. This you grinding everything out, every single
Mm-hmm.
putt you making, every single drop, every like there ain't no, oh damn, bro, come on, man, nah,
Nah, you gotta play right, or you gotta call
nah.
a rule official, right?
Right, which you should, but that's what I'm saying. And like, I try to explain that to people who consider themselves like competitive golfers because they play for money and stuff
Yeah,
like that. I'm like,
it's
bro,
not the
it's
same.
not the same.
No,
Because
it's
you
not.
telling me just because you can go out here and clean up and win 500 off a dude who's a zero, but he's still giving you shots. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you can hit it out of bounds if you want to. But trust and believe, you're gonna re-tee until you run out of balls and you go DQ.
Thanks.
And that
Right.
score that you normally talk about, oh nah, that score that people walk around at the country club, oh nah, I shot 72. That
No.
72 is really like a 77, 78.
Yep.
Like for real.
At some point, one of your homies gave you something.
And give you a putt,
Yeah, I say that all the time. Yeah.
a little chip here. You literally playing everything out day after day after day. Like, dog, no, we in practice rounds and they literally have a mentality that they in the tournament already. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
that's like, for me, it's like, damn, where you compete from, where you compete
Right.
at. Like,
Right.
I'm
Right.
over here
Right.
trying to get ready for a tournament. They already at the tournament getting ready
Right.
for the, you know what I mean?
Right.
It just feels different.
Right. You like, man, I'm used to my shoot around. I'm just getting up a couple free throws because I'm just
Right.
coming in from the club last night.
Right.
And I'm getting my free throws up.
They own it.
There's
That's
basically three ways that I think you can play golf, and they're like three different sports. So I play three ways. I play. My favorite is just to do what Bryce was saying, which is just try to hit the ball, try to hit good shots, don't keep score, and that's one way. And then the other is match play, and the other stroke play. And there's a big ass difference between match play and stroke play. Like I'm a really, really good match play golfer. I'm not great at stroke play. I don't even do it hardly, So it's like
Right.
I don't really like the stroke play. Or if there's like if someone's a scratch golfer, I feel like I could beat them easily in match play. But I know damn well I can't beat them in stroke play. Someone could be
Right.
a +3, and I think I could beat them no strokes in match play. But when it comes to stroke play, and the difference is, it's like I make 3, 4 doubles. Yeah, I may make 4 or 5 birdies too. So I'm deadly in match play. But
right.
if those doubles, I'm just saying doubles. That shit might be a quadruple, really. You know what I mean?
And you
So in
out you
stroke
out in stroke
play,
play at that
I could
point.
shoot 100. People say, what's your handicap? Blah blah blah. I say I shoot between 67 and 87. Like, that's it. If I'm going match play, I could barely break 90. I mean, stroke play, if I'm hitting the ball bad, I played with you over at Spyglass, Bryce, and I hit the ball bad at Spyglass. Like, I don't think I broke 90.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
remember
just
that.
how it is. You keep
Right.
hitting it in the rough every hole, hit a couple out of bounds, pissed
Yep.
off the whole time, don't get up and down, 3-putt. Shit, you're lucky I didn't shoot 100.
Right. I was
And
on
then the
fire
next
that
time I
day.
play, I'm good again at the preserve the
Right.
next day.
That's how it be. That's why, like, I commend a lot of the golfers that go out and play in like real tournaments, like real sanction events, because, bro, like you gotta be like. It's not like I don't want to discredit who because I didn't play at your level, but like the thing about who that it seems like that differs. The dichotomy is like if you're in a like 7-game series, you can win the first two or whatever, and then if you lose the third game, you like whatever. And golf, like you pretty much have to be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's not like a boxing round or a boxing match where you can feel like you won the first 4 and then take 5 off
Right.
and then like just try to like move around the whole round. And then if he catch you a couple times and wins the round, 10-9 round, oh, okay, I'm good because I'm up 4 already. It's like, nah, like you can't go out there and shoot 65 one day and then have Scotty Scheffler sitting behind you and then you shoot 77 the next day and then think the next 2 days you going to shoot lights out and win the tournament. that don't happen. You know, it don't happen that much. You know, so man, y'all boys got it. Y'all got it. It's tough out there for y'all because y'all shoot.
I think the only way I can sum it up is like you have to be a humble killer.
Yeah,
Like you have to have the humility and the humbleness for the game, but at the same time, you have to be a steady killer on everything. You have to go out there and try to hit shots, because you can't play it safe,
right,
but you can't be too aggressive.
right. I got a question. Another one. I'm flipping the interview right now. For you, Jay, do you think, and you have kids, so I think you can kind of like feel what I'm saying. Do you think your age may hold you back when it comes to the game from a standpoint of like the I don't give a flip mentality or like the confidence? And what I mean by that is this. When you were young and you was hooping, like you ain't care who was in front of you. I'm
No,
get off on him today. Like there was just like a fearlessness, right? Like if he's in the lane and I got momentum, I'm raising up on you, and you better hope you jump high enough because I'm a yam on you. You know what
right.
I'm saying? But then, you know, as you get a little older, I'm not saying in basketball, but like as you get a little older, you start to factor in a lot more things, right? Like I'm 35 or 34 right now. I might not be able to jump over this dude and fall on my back and be okay tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you might
Right,
not
right.
do it. Now I might try to lay him instead of like dunk on him because I don't want to, you know. So
Yeah.
would you say, you know, when you look at those younger kids, because I'm sure they're all 18 to 21,
Oh yeah.
do you see a difference? Like, do you see that they have a little bit of fearlessness on a shot, and then maybe you be like, like I don't know, like I don't want to chance this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because
mean, for them, it's not even a thought. Like the things that I think about or that comes into play for me, they don't even think about. They've
right,
been like, you got to think of like for them, they've been doing it for
right,
10, 12,
right,
13, 14 years. I've
right,
been playing basketball since I was 3 years old against
right,
5 year olds. So
right,
that time between I was 3 and 18, hoop was my thing. That was all I did. So I could tell you how to do that better than I could tell you how to do anything. So
right,
I was in my mind, I was already like, in a sense, like apprentice to be a master at that, and that's how I feel like them. If they stay on that pace, if you stay with it that for that long 20, 30 years of playing at this high level, like you're gonna have mastership and feels and different things and thoughts of the game that nobody else is even going to drastically touch. Like,
right.
and it's funny because I look at some of the videos that Tiger is talking to, and even like the one he was talking to Scheffler
About the divots.
about the divots, and he was like, "Yo, why you don't take divots?" He's like, "Well, why you take divots?" He's
Yeah,
like, bro, I've done this so much. I don't need
right,
to take divots. I know how to do. I know exactly how it's supposed to feel at every point in time. The smallest thing, it feels off. That's how much. That's how much he's done it. That's how
right,
much time and energy and effort he spent on that range and doing it. So to him is, what do you mean? Why would I think about that? So that's how the kids are. Like, why would I think about the water right there if I can just hit a 7 iron and flight it and do it? Like, that's how they think about it. And like,
right.
oh, water, what water?
And then
Yeah,
they're really
right.
good at the short game too. So it's like, and if it doesn't work, I'll just get up and down for
I'm
par. Who
good.
gives a
Yeah,
fuck?
and
I'm
worse than
gone.
worse, if
Right,
I hit it too far, I'm in the back. I'll just chip it down and right,
right.
if
Yeah,
not make
Or
that.
or like a par five. It's like, should I go for it in two over the lake? It's like, well, even if I hit it in the water, I'll just drop up by the lake and get up and down. So it's two in the
right,
water, drop 3, 4, 5, no
Right.
problem. It's a par,
right,
but you're risking a par for the reward of an eagle. It's a
right,
very easy decision.
I'm looking at it like, listen, I just want to chip this thing into like 10 feet and then, hopefully get up and down. They want to chip it into a foot or
Or
if not,
make
make
it.
the chip.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like, oh no,
Right.
no, no. There's at no point, and it's hard because you hear so many people, like especially beginners, will hear so many people like, "Oh, golf is a game of misses." And it's like, okay, no, it ain't. You just got to know where your miss is, where you gonna hit it out of bounds at. If I know
Right.
if I swing like this and this is gonna go that way, bet I'm gonna aim all the way to the left or
Right.
whatever, or just
Right.
hit a different club.
I just played last weekend for 2-3 rounds with my boy Willie Wilcox. The difference between like him and me is you wouldn't tell much of a difference. Now he's like a +4 handicap. He played PGA Tour for 4 or 5 years. He's as good as it gets. He pulled his iron on number 1 at the preserve. You guys have played it, so he's just in jail, right? Blocked out, 200 yards. Got to hit it under a tree. So he takes a 6 iron and hit like a 150-yard low hook, and it hit on the front of the green and rolled up like 4 foot, makes birdie. So he goes from being in jail to making birdie. And then he did it again on 16. He was behind a tree, had this downhill weird shit, and there's a bank in front of the green. He's like, nah, this is easy. I'm just going to hit a 7 iron low, almost skull, a 7 iron as hard as I can into the bank. It's going to bounce twice and release up to the hole, and just does it. So, like, the fact that the good players can go from jail where, like, I'm making double to still making birdie, it's like that's the difference. So if you take 3 times you hit a bad shot, going back to how do you score, Bryce, it's like you hit 3 wild shots and then you end up making double or triple, where those pros hit 3 bad shots for sure. They definitely hit 3 bad drives around, but they're still like, okay, I'm still making birdie. That's where their brain's at. It's like they're not thinking, oh, just try to fight for a bogey right now. It's like, no, I can still hit under that limb, screaming rip hook into the front of the green and let it trickle right up, and I can make the 10-foot putt for birdie still. So I'm not out of it. Where we give up too quick. It's like, damn, I blew the drive in the woods. Like, I'm fucked. Another double. Yeah. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it's like, just write it on the scorecard. Another 6.
Mark me down.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought. I mean, it makes me even feel like I need to go to the range and, like, practice them shots. Like this, just them low screamers. Because I be needing it. That's for damn sure. Hey, I be needing them screamers, dog. And I don't be having them sometimes. I be trying them. I'll be like, dang.
That confidence JR's talking about, like those kids, they don't, you know, when I was looking at him about to hit that 7 iron skull and hit it into a bank in the front of the green, I'm thinking, like, if it goes 1-2 foot too high, it's going to hit the green and I'm going to lose the ball over the green. You know, so it's like he didn't think like that, though. He just knew he was going to hit that bank. And if it hits the bank, it's going to take all the power and speed off of it and let it trickle up to the hole, make birdie from jail. Right. You know, so that's some very impressive shit. And it's like if you don't see the bunkers and you don't see the lake and all you see is the flag, it changes things a lot. When you start looking at the bunker and you looking at the lake, it's like, oh, shit, you're going to hit it in the bunker.
Steve, what's been popping with you, man? How's the business, man? Where we at right now? What country we in? We in Budapest right now? Where we opening next,
I'm going
man?
to Dubai and got a whole beautiful situation there. And then obviously Southeast Asia is cracking. Korea is doing really well. And Japan, and looking at a lot of other, you know, countries in Southeast Asia, et cetera. And I'm super excited. Someone told me a long time ago, my man Mark Wirtz, a wise man would focus on the triangle for golf. All the money in golf in the future is going to come from Northern Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia, because Europe, there's no more room to build courses. The United States, you know, they're not building a ton of golf courses, but like Nick Faldo is designing, you know, 25 golf courses at one time, and they're pretty much all in Morocco, Saudi, Dubai, Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand. Like, those are the people that are popping. One last question for the hell of it. What's the favorite and the least favorite club in your bag?
My new favorite club right now is my 2 iron, my Nike VR Pro 2 iron. I'm playing all artisan right now. They gave me a 2 iron, like that old Tiger Woods VR Pro, and that thing is money. I love it.
Hey, man, tell them I need the 3-wood, dog. I need that old Vapor 3-wood.
No, they got them. You got to go in there.
I need that.
If you want a wood from them, you really got to go in there and smooze them for it, because they got them. They got them, but, you know, they don't make them. But they got them.
I need that.
So I would say my 2 iron is like my favorite right now, because if my driver's not working, I'm just pumping that thing like 250, 265, 275 rollout. My least favorite right now, you know what? The one that I would say we go up and down is my driver. some days I'm gonna have it, and it's just gonna be like an afterthought that is money down the pipe. I ain't missing shots, and there's other days where it's just like, God dag, I can't hit nothing.
It be like that, bro. It be like that.
I
It
can't hit
be
nothing
like that.
today. Like, but everything else is pretty good, but I would say it's my driver, dog. It's my driver, dog. It's
Welcome
up and
to the
down.
rest of your life.
Yeah, facts.
So Bryce, we want to have you back on again in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep you close. You're the best. Thank you for coming. Follow, subscribe, click, share, and do all that cool shit. We'll see y'all next week.
100.